All right, so I am now signed in as a student. You can see I'm signed in as test student 1. And if you watch the video on assignments, these are the 2 assignments that I just pushed out to the student. If I click things to do, that's where the student will see anything that you've assigned them. So right now I've assigned them a beginning of the year test and a personal math trainer 2.6. So if I click beginning of the year test, the student's going to click it once, they're going to click it again. It's going to give them some directions on what to do. They can go ahead and click start. And we'll move this window down so you can better see it. I can have it read to me.
Enter the sum.
And I can go ahead and type in the answer. So I can go through and listen to the questions, type the answer. I can toggle through all my questions here. I have different types of questions. Most of them more type of multiple choice or things where there's specifically a right answer or wrong answer. A student can save and close. That will save their work. You'll notice it's changed to in progress. But they can come back and finish it at later times, especially if you have something like 36 questions, which is a little ridiculous for first grade. But then I can also go back in my test at any time. It should pick up where I left off, and I can always turn in my test. It will prompt the students if they haven't answered to make sure they finish all their questions, but now that I've turned it in, I can't complete any of the other questions. So I can hit back there. Now I have one other assignment. That's the personal math trainer. So remember, this one I set the adaptive products to work on. So I have a question. It's asking me I'm going to say it's B.
Well done.
I'm going to check my answer. I'm going to say it's next.
Great work.
I hit next. It gives me another question.
You did it. Try again.
So you'll notice if a student gets a question wrong, it will have them try again.
Good job.
And it continues to add things as they work.
Try again.
So students do have the option to view examples at different times. So it will give them directions on what to do in order to work through that problem. And you'll notice it keeps adding things, having them practice based on what they get right, based on what they're getting wrong. Okay, so that's my warm-up, and now I'm on my assignment. So at any time, the students have things that will pop up over here that will give them either a view example. If they do the example, then it will have them try another. They can see the pages related to the personal math trainer assignment in the textbook. So these can actually be printed, they're PDFs if needed. And then on some, let's see, there's even a math on the spot video that ties in with what I'm doing in this problem. When a student finishes in, they can go ahead and turn it in. And it will list is completed off my assignment list. So now I currently have no Think Central assignments. So for a student, they get things to do. They have scores, so I didn't release. No, I do have scores listed. So beginning of the year test, obviously I didn't do too hot on that, nor the personal math trainer, but the students can go back in and see which things that they got correct and which things they got wrong. Those are great ways for older students to review the work and or parents if the parents want to see how their child is doing as well. The other great option students have is the My Library. So if they click in My Library, they get everything that they would normally have access to in the whole curriculum. So here's all the Math on the Spot videos, Mega Math, animated math models, the eGlossary, the iTools, which are digital math tools, which are pretty cool. So all those things that you can access and put up on your board, the students have access to most of those in their library as well in terms of interactive tools. So that's a little overview of the student portal.